Well, to discuss this, I'm joined by the gay rights campaigner, Peter Tatchell. Peter, Jacques Rogge making a point that they don't think this is a fundamental issue. They think that this is about translation. What is your opinion?
I think the first thing to say is that I find Jacques Rogge's statement very hard to take seriously. Last summer, the Russian government announced that it was banning the hosting of a gay pride house at the Sochi Winter Olympics. Lots of other countries and organisations are allowed to host houses at the Olympics, but the Russian government said a gay pride house was banned. Jacques Rogge and the International Olympic Committee did nothing and said nothing. They allowed that ban to pass. So if they're now claiming to be opposed to discrimination, why did they allow the Russians to ban Pride House in the first place?
And that's something that there was a Pride House in the London Olympics, for example.
That's right, yes, and in other previous games as well. So the Russians are taking a very hardline stance, which is already well established, that they do discriminate against both gay competitors and athletes, because this Pride House, this gay Pride House in Sochi, was for both athletes and for spectators, and they've said it's not going to be happening, it's not allowed, it's banned.
So what do you make of this petition to actually boycott the Games? Do you think that's something that, well, would benefit the Games?
Well, in my heart, I support a boycott. I think any country that discriminates against anyone for any reason is not fit to host the Olympics. But I'm also mindful that Russian gay campaigners say that they believe a ban could be counterproductive, that it would be used against them, that they would get blamed for the boycott. They would get all the scapegoating, all the vilification, and that could actually intensify the homophobic persecution that they're suffering. Whatever the final decision on that, I'd say that one thing is really important is that those who do go to the Games wear rainbow t-shirts, hats, bags and scarves, wave rainbow flags during the competition. And I know that there are already people are talking about plans for massive gay rights protests in the city of Sochi during the Winter Olympics. That will be a test of how sincere the Russians are. I don't believe they are, because I've experienced it myself. I participated in a lawful gay rights protest in Moscow in 2007. I was almost beaten unconscious by neo-Nazis and ultranationalists in the full view of the city police and the riot officers. They allowed me to be beaten, and then when I was almost unconscious, they dragged in and arrested me and allowed my assailants to walk away free. Russia is not a safe place for gay people. It's not a country governed by the rule of law. These attacks upon gay rights are part of a broader attack on the civil rights of all Russian people.
What the Russians are saying, however, is that they will respect the Games participants, they will respect people. Are you not in the position of now politicising what essentially should be something that is about sport and the best of the best, and you're turning it into a political campaign?
Well, we haven't done anything. It's the Russians, by their discrimination, which have set the agenda. I don't believe for one moment their assurances. You know, a young gay man just the other day held up a sign saying homosexuality is normal. He's been arrested under this new anti-gay law and now faces prosecution. Other people have held up signs saying, I support gay equality. They get arrested. Any attempt by any gay person or a straight person to say that they support gay equality, if they do it in a public place, they will get immediately arrested and probably beaten up as well. That is the state of dire homophobic persecution in Russia. And as I said, it's not just happening to gay people. Lawyers, human rights defenders, journalists, other minorities are also being targeted, both by the state authorities and by ultranationalist and neo-Nazi mobs. I think all the Russian people have to stand together and say they reject tyranny and authoritarianism, and that gay people and all Russians have a right to freedom of expression because it's guaranteed under the Russian constitution.
Peter, thank you so much for describing your experiences, but we are out of time as always. Peter Tatchell, thank you very much for speaking to us.